Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we'll know less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Let's have Mr. Rick Carter to escort Stephanie to come to the sitting in the first room.韩启富先生的朋友 Ladies and gentlemen, friend of Mr. Keith Hardman. For those who does not know me, my name is Alvin Tai. I'm the consultant of Foshan Golf Club. 我自己介绍一下，我是戴耀宗，是佛山高尔夫球会的顾问。I'm also the one who brought Mr. Keith Hardman came to China to Foshan, work as a general manager of the golf club. Keith was a true professional. He's hardworking, and sometimes we call him workaholic. He also loved his club, loved his staff, and they all maintain a very good relationship. Keith, also a freshman of the Chinese culture, but he learned it hard, he learned it fast, and he also became a local very soon. There are many stories later will be shared with us, but let's go to the video. What's the key point about
I see to myself, eyes are blue and clouds of white, the rainbow so pretty in the sky, are also on the face of the world. Yes, I think to myself.
May I invite Stephanie to come up here to share her story with us?
Thank you, everyone. I can't believe how many people are here today, but I'm so thankful for each and every one of you and every single person who's here with us in spirit to honor my father. It means so much to me and my 3 siblings, Brenna, Javana, and Kenneth, who are here with me and wish they could be here with us. My father, Keith Hardman, was loved by so many people. His family, his colleagues, and even people he was acquainted with just felt so drawn to him. He's the one who everybody has a story to tell about. He had such a fun personality and impressed people with his humble, funny way so much. He was really unforgettable. Now for the stories. My dad had me when he was just 24 years old. My sister Brenna, she arrived 2 years later, and my sister Javana was born when I was in middle school. Kenneth, my younger brother, is the youngest of all, and we were all absolutely in love with him from the very start. I always wanted a little brother, and I remember finding out that Dad and Rosmolia were going to have a son, and Dad had so much joy. We are Dad's 4 children, but we are only just a few of the people who love him dearly. His brother Kevin and sister Cindy are mourning with their families right now. My dad's nieces and nephews who cherish him, there's Stephen, my oldest cousin, David, and Christina, all of his brothers, my uncle Kevin. They are his children. Steve and David, they both have their own darling children, and my cousin Christina, who is recently married, she has one on the way as well. We were all together with my dad to celebrate Christina's wedding this past March. The day that I found out my dad had passed was the same day that my cousin Christina told us all that she is expecting a child, and it gives us so much joy to know that. My dad's sister Cindy and her daughter Janina, they are also cherishing his memory. They loved him so much, as do my dad's 2 aunts, Aunt Barbara, Aunt Kiki, and their brother, Uncle Sonny, 3 important people in his life who have so many stories to share about his time growing up in New Jersey. He told the best stories, and he was always so funny. If he had not been such a great business leader, I have no doubt he would have made a fantastic, famous person. One funny story that I heard from his aunt was something that happened when he was in high school. On the American holiday, Thanksgiving, his mom asked him and his brother to dress up a little bit and go put on a jacket and a tie. So Dad and Uncle Kevin, they went upstairs, and when they came down, they were wearing a jacket and a tie. And you know what else? Just their underwear. My dad was only 16 when he left his family on the East Coast and moved to Chicago for university. Back then, college tuition at the University of Chicago was $400. I don't know all the different jobs that Dad had to support himself back then, but I do know that he worked at a diner close to the University of Chicago called Mellow Yellow, and I think that's maybe where he started to grow fondness for the Chicago blues. I don't think he ever would have imagined that that tiny apartment he rented in college would be right by the university that his two daughters would attend in the future. It started to sell sandwiches. I suspect that maybe my father helped quite a lot in those early days as a customer. That company is hugely successful today with many locations. My dad has always had an eye for transformational companies and unique experiences. I remember one conversation I had with my father when I was in college, and he told me, "You must always do the right thing with the right people and for the right reasons." And I think of those words all the time. In life, there are so many options, and of course, there are so many obstacles. I feel so fortunate to have the memory of his wisdom and to be his daughter. But I'm trying not to be too serious right now. In my family, I am known as the emotional one, and he would not want any of that. I miss him, and truthfully, coming here and having a goal to bring him home has relieved me quite a bit in having to feel the sadness all at once. Forgive me to be a little bit selfish and talk about myself, but I like to achieve, and I like to make people happy, which I think I have inherited from my dad especially. I have a drive to do my very best, especially with a tremendous challenge. I think my father was like that too. I don't think he cared about winning. I think he just wanted to pursue a good game. He pursues excellence from every angle. The first thing I knew when I sat down to start thinking of what to say and share today was of one of his favorite movies, The Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers was a Chicago movie, and it was famous in its time for blowing up a record number of cars and having an incredible blues soundtrack. The songs in that film are my dad's songs through and through, and so is its most famous quote, "We're on a mission from God." The fact is, my dad loved this movie and often repeated quotes or acted in great disbelief when he'd talk about the movie, and we'd have no idea what he was talking about as kids. "We're on a mission from God" was in no way a serious religious statement. It was an homage to great comedians in a place where my dad came of age, Chicago. I also think he saw a part of himself and his brother in the two characters. My dad went to college, and he started his family in Chicago. It was also where my dad fell in love with Lori, his second wife, a woman he spent several years with and adored. I remember when I was little, they would watch football together, drinking American beers and rooting for the Bears. They had a very special bond, and she was an important part of his life. And I wanted to honor their special relationship and share that part of his life with you that you may not know. And it was with Lori that they moved to Wisconsin together, and they were together when Dad was developing the Geneva National Golf Club. My favorite memory from that time is actually a winter memory. It was when we used to go sledding in Wisconsin. There was a hill in particular I'll never forget. It was so big, it was a little mountain. I can't believe I wasn't terrified to go down this hill, but Dad gave me so much confidence. and he made it so fun. It was such a big hill that we'd pick up so much speed. The only way to stop at the very bottom was just to crash into a big bank of snow. In Wisconsin, my dad pre-launched, he developed and established the Geneva National Golf and Hunt Club. In the early days, sometimes my sister and I, Brenna, we'd go with him to the club. I remember the conversations he'd have with his friends. You have to understand that this place, before my dad, it was nothing, absolutely nothing. It was a small shack on a piece of land. By the time he left that place and moved on to work in Indonesia, they were building residences. I remember the first Christmas at the Hunt Club and going shopping for the Christmas decor. The lodge was absolutely stunning that year. Not a single detail was unattended. He turned an abandoned building and a little land into a profitable business and community. That club is still there today. That was a special club. And the first time I saw for myself my dad's special talent for transformation. I remember when it was early days in just a one building location. Dad brought me and my little sister, Brenna, to work with him, and we sat in a room with old pamphlets and played paperwork because we wanted to be just like Dad. Every once in a while, Brenna and I, we still get together and do that, except it isn't as fun anymore. Dad made the most mundane things seem exciting, but he was also just really good at motivating us. When my dad moved to Asia, life changed in a lot of ways. I missed him a lot, but it was also exciting. And we look forward to every time we saw him because we were so curious and in awe, and his work just sounded so interesting. When we came to visit in Indonesia, we met Rosmolia, who looked so absolutely beautiful with little Javana in her belly. The first night, Dad enjoyed welcoming us so much. We all stayed up singing karaoke together. Another time on that trip, we had traveled to Bali and we stayed up late with Dad and Ross, and they just both told very, very scary ghost stories. I'll never forget them. If I think now, I still kind of tremble a little. He just really knew how to make a memory. My favorite memory of all was the year Dad came to Chicago for Christmas with Rosmolia, Javana, Kenny, Ian, and Lena, the two children of Rosmolia. It was our whole family together. All our siblings, our wonderful mothers, everyone was together that year. I cannot imagine how difficult it was to travel with tiny children, but he wanted to bring us all in one place. I was so happy to have another sister and to have a brother. I often think it is so special how our family is crafted. We have multiple cultures, we have different beliefs, and yet we all speak the same language of love and hugs and, of course, in laughter. The diversity in our family has created a special kind of culture that is not bound to a place or a country. My dad gave us a special gift of openness and tolerance and equanimity. He didn't want anyone left out. He treated us all fair and wanted to give us space to become who we each uniquely are. He insisted on nothing when it came to pursuing careers or relationships. Because of my dad, I would describe our family as funny, affectionate, and especially driven to self-expression in the pursuit of meaningful careers. We like to expand our perspective of the world, to learn about others and ways of doing things that we may never have seen before. We are curious and incredibly resourceful people. I know that this is something our dad passed down to us. We believe in being brave in the pursuit of achievement. I say this after long thought about what my dad instilled in me with his values. It wasn't something he spelled out. My dad was not that formal. He always preferred to get the serious stuff over as quickly as possible, with care, but still, not to dwell but to constantly be moving forward, or at least towards something funny. My dad was never one to foist his beliefs on others, so much that I don't honestly know what my father believes about the afterlife. I know that might sound strange to you, but I think that he respected culture and science equally. I think we shared the belief that it is very unlikely any of us humans on Earth have a wholly accurate way of seeing the world. It's better to have a dash of skepticism about everything while embracing all belief patterns that make you a better human and tolerant of others. That is what I believe, and in my heart, I believe my dad and I shared this. I do know that he believed in manifesting your own reality, and that the way you think and carry yourself is what defines your life. You win or you learn. There's no losing. He was a great thinker, so there's probably something much more to his beliefs than that. And I would love to know if you have had this kind of conversation with him. I admire my dad for so many qualities: his achievement, his wit, his ability to tolerate, and his patience in difficult circumstances. He had incredible measure of control of his personal way of expressing himself. His ability to enjoy life and take care of others, I believe, is what made him such an accomplished leader. He always taught me that no matter what side of the table you are on, whether you are sitting at it or you are serving it, that you should always take care of the other person. It was this balanced, kind, and humble approach to treating others that I think made him so beloved. I'm going to speak on behalf of all of us that he could share something so honest and accurate, and sometimes maybe something we didn't even want to hear, but you couldn't be mad at him because the way he would say it, he was so clear, and he removed any extra information, or he removed the emotion from it. He identified things so accurately with his cool and charming logic. It just resonates and makes you think long, long, long after the conversation. My dad walked through life with this special quality. It was a balance of magic and reason that makes you so drawn to him. The only thing he left you wanting was more. I know this is hard, but my dad would not want us to be sad. Right up here, when I feel sad, there's a funny quote that I think in my head to keep me a little bit grounded right now. He would want us to honor him, and then to invite what we wholeheartedly want for our lives, our families and our careers. And I imagine he might even say something like, "Get back to work," with a laugh and a slap on the back. I was looking forward to spending this Christmas with my dad. He was coming to visit in San Diego, where Brenna and I live, and Javana is joining us as well. We're all asking Kenneth now, of course. We're waiting for him as well to make his plans. We had made plans for a Christmas brunch, and I also was going to introduce him to my boyfriend's parents, as we've been together for 2 years and building our life together. I'm so thankful he got to meet him at my cousin's wedding this past March. I know there are many people, especially in New Jersey and Chicago and in the States and around the world, who are missing my dad right now. We aren't the only ones wishing for decades more with him. I know that his immediate family is taking a lot of solace to know the people he has been closest with here have come together to honor his memory here today. He was an incredible father. He was a provider to the highest degree. My dad is always there for me. I feel even now. He knew how to be there for the serious stuff and how to lighten the mood and bring levity when times were difficult. It was like having Bill Murray, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, and John Goodman in one person as a father. I sincerely believe my dad would have been successful no matter what path he chose because of his drive for excellence. I look up to my father, and I'm sure there's people here today who feel admiration for the many talents my dad possessed. But I'm sure that he would look at you, and he would insist it's coming from you and not from him. There was a special feeling to be around him. I know we are all going to miss that in our life. But now, he will live in our hearts.
然后他知道大家跟他爸爸之前都是感觉他爸爸都在大家的身边，但是现在开始的话，他的爸爸可能就是在我们的心中。
My dad is respected, beloved, and missed dearly by those he left behind. I hope hearing a little about his family and his younger years gives you comfort, joy, and maybe just a few more laughs to treasure. Thank you so much for being here.
May I invite the next person to share the story with Keith Hardman, Grand Keith from Nanjing all the way.
Thank you, Dr. Tai. Sorry. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues. It's really an honor to be here to share some of my memories of Keith from almost 19 years. Stephanie, you did really well. I think your dad is really proud of you, and we can all see why. Well done. That wasn't easy. Saying goodbye to a friend and a colleague is tough. Dad's really tough. Jakarta in Indonesia, so kind of carries on a little bit from where Stephanie left off. We both worked for a company called Club Corporation of Asia in those days, and Mike and several of you, perhaps another company named too. Keith was general manager at Lippo Karawaci. It's a club in the suburbs of Jakarta, owned by Chinese-Indonesian businessman and group called Lippo. Lippo Karawaci was a very special design and a very special situation. Some of you may remember in 1998, Indonesia was a difficult place to be, especially for Indonesian Chinese. And Mr. Riyadi's mall had been burned down, at least partially, I think, around that time. So it was a difficult time for everybody. So after having arrived in Jakarta with a colleague called Stefan, we were very happy to get a phone call from Keith after a couple of days to say that he was there and he was going to come and take us out and show us around. And he was a great support to me in those days, weeks, and eventually months and years in Indonesia for almost 3 years. Keith, you know, he did it in his own way. It wasn't formal, as Stephanie said. It was genuine. It was friendship. And I value, from that moment on, every moment I spent with Keith. After Indonesia, Keith carried on to manage a golf club under Ritz-Carlton management in Korea. He told me that at times it was so cold that the Korean golfers would still go out and play, even in the middle of winter, and they couldn't make a divot on the golf course, so they learned to play golf without making divots. He was impressed. After that, Keith got a great job in Japan. He was there for a long time, I think almost a decade, if I'm not wrong, with Pacific Golf. A hugely responsible job for more than 100 golf clubs, and I do believe that his professional skills and management expertise developed and flourished even more during that long decade he spent in Japan. And then, happily for all of your team and members here, he found his way to Foshan and made his life here. Keith arrived here, and luckily I was stationed in Guangzhou, just up the road, around that time, I think around 2012. So I was delighted when I heard that my golfing buddy was coming to Guangzhou, to Foshan, to China. When Keith explained to me the situation, that there was an existing club with a course, some existing members and that they were going to build a new clubhouse and set up a new regime, I knew that he was taking on a challenge. At that time, he said to me how he was going to set up things like a caddy training program, a junior program, and an international championship at Foshan Golf. I said, yeah, you will, Keith. I know you will. And he did. So that just about takes us up today with Keith's professional side of things. On the personal side of things, I'd say he was a dear, dear friend. I can't remember a time when I didn't look forward to seeing his big smiling face, or to spending time with him on the golf course, or having a beer and pizza. It was always pizza, Stephanie. Yeah. I tried fish, vegetables, salads. No, we'll just have a pizza and some beers. Thanks, Graham. So yeah, I think we all tried to influence him a little bit, but that was Keith. His two children born in Indonesia were a couple of 2 or 3 years ahead of mine. My son was born in Jakarta in January 2000, and Keith was one of the first people to come around and offer flowers and a nice gift to my wife. I was really touched. Sometime before that, I'd spent quite a lot of time with my wife talking about the name for our son, boy or girl, we didn't know. And for those of you who have children, this can be a tough thing, right? Choosing a name. It's difficult.
Yeah.
So I said to Keith, hey, by the way, what's your daughter's name again? He said, oh, Javana. I said, yeah, that's a nice name. What does it mean? It's from Java, from the island of Java. So I thought, and I went back to my wife, and I said, hey, I know we've got the first name for our son already. It's Matthew. It's a gift from God. But I said, what do you think about Javana as a middle name? So there you go. That's my son's middle name, Javana. The last time I saw Keith was on his birthday. I came down during the National Day holiday because I wanted to play golf with the guy. He was fun, and I hadn't seen him for about 4 or 5 months. So I said, Keith, is it okay if I come down and stay in your apartment? He said, sure. I have a spare room I use for drying the sausage and the fish. You can sleep there. So I told him, that's great. I'll probably smell better after staying with you than I have for a long time. And there was a lot of banter between us. Me being English and him being American was a rich source of humor. So before I came down last time, I said, Keith, whatever you do, please, get some proper beer in the fridge, something English or German or Belgian or Dutch, not that American rubbish, okay? Sure, he said, sure. So it was really no big surprise at all when I opened the fridge door and it was Budweiser and Corona. He was happy here. For the Foshan Golf Club team, the members, you were part of his family. He adopted you. You adopted him, I'm not sure, but you were a family. He also talked about you, Stephanie, and your sister, and his other 2 kids a lot. He loved you to bits. He was proud of you. And I did specifically ask him at his birthday, do you think you want to stay long in Foshan and China? And he said, sure. I like it here. I got a good team. I got a great course. I do miss my kids, but I see them every now and again. I love Foshan. He told me that, literally. He felt safe here. He felt at home. So I hope that that's some comfort for all of you, his members, his friends, his team, to know that you made him feel that way.
Yeah.
With excellence in everything, which Keith strived for and would have wanted you to continue with.
Thank you, Graham. The next person I would like to introduce is the Deputy General Managers of Foshan Golf Club.
亲爱的 Stephanie， 然后还有各位 Mr. Hardman 最好的朋友，还有各位亲爱的同事，还有我们的会员们，很感谢大家过来参加 Mr. Hardman 的追思会。我是 Linda， 佛山高尔夫球会，我跟 Mr. Hardman 工作了6年多。然后其实6年来，我们已经习惯了每天见到 Mr. Hardman 先生，因为他伟岸的身躯，还有招牌的笑容，经常就是每天都会跟我们在一起，然后我们就觉得就是 好像所有的6年来大大小小的活动都会见到他，从来就没有缺失过。好像今天站在这里，我觉得有时候我觉得好像说话的是每次都是他，因为我经常觉得 Mr. Hardman， 有时候我们觉得每次我们做6年来每次做活动的时候，都是会 Mr. Hardman 会做一个 speech， 然后他是一个非常非常好的一个演说家。我原来以为他是一个非常非常好的演说家，因为他会说出我们想要他说的话。之前我一直以为是不是我们给他做了 briefing 还是什么，但其实后来我发现并不是的。其实他内心里头，就是他融在他血液里头的东西，他就是在追求卓越，然后追求人的平等，然后对他人的尊敬，还有就是对生活的热爱，还有对他人的关怀。所有这些东西它是很自然的流露出来的，并不是说他是一个很好的演说家或是什么，而是他融在血液里头的东西，就是一直都是对他人的关心，还有关爱，还有对世界的一个热爱。这个是自然的流露，从来不需要我们去跟他做任何的一个 briefing。他对人也非常非常的真诚。我记得他刚来的时候，他是参与了我们整个球场的建设。我们球场刚建设的时候，然后遇到了暴雨，遇到了就是快做好的时候，我知道梁总还有很多我们的同事都很清楚这个事情。然后有几个球道是被冲掉了，然后会所，然后我们本来要试业的，但是就不能够就是不能开，要延迟。然后他马上做一件事情，他就会到球道，然后把那个惨不忍睹的照片拍下来，然后还有一些就是我们未能完工的东西拍下来，然后直接发给我们的会员。其实我当时是非常的顾虑的，我觉得很多时候我们会把这些真相的东西会把它掩盖下来，会觉得这个不好，可能直接发给我们的会员，他们会有什么想法？但是他是非常坦率的，就直接去跟会员说，不好意思，我们现在遇到这样的困难，但是我们一定会把它做得更好，然后我们一定会给大家一个非常完美的一个照片，也就一个球场。然后他真的做到了，然后我们的会员也接受了。然后我觉得在这过程中，我们所有团队的同事都学会了坦率、真诚的去面对所有的遇到的困难，所有遇到的挑战。包括就是我们本身有一个会员群，就是我们有一个微信群。其实我知道在座很多会员其实都在那个群里面，经常会在群里头给我们提很多很宝贵的意见。有时候是 complain， 说这个草有点问题，或者那个有什么问题。半小时不到的时间，他就会马上有一个回复，就真诚的给大家做一个道歉。我可能真的是有这样的问题，但是我会怎么去做，什么时间会给大家完成。然后所有的这些东西，我觉得是能够感动大家。然后这么多年来，其实我们球会也不容易，到今天我觉得总经理带领大家，然后把我们球会带到一个非常优秀的球会，也受到了行业的一个尊敬。在这个过程之中，就像刚才他的好朋友说的，因为我们的球会实际上是一个很旧的球会，然后也有很多老的习惯，也有很多过去就是说我们的一些大家会员喜欢的，通常的一些可能是我来到随时可以打球，或者是我可能会打慢一点。然后他来到的时候，他就跟我们提出来，一定要准时发球，一定不要就是说打得太慢。其实一开始我觉得一开始可能80%的会员都不太接受这一点，因为会觉得就会觉得我喜欢这样子，但是他非常的坚持。一开始大家都不能理解，后来他跟我有时候也会说这是某个领导，能不能够开个绿灯？然后他跟我说 ，Linda， 其实我们这样做其实是对所有人的一个尊重，所有的人的时间都很宝贵。其实你这样做了，让大家来，每个人的感受都会很好。不要说是因为他是领导，或者是他是一个很 special 的人，然后妨碍了大家的时间。其实我很高兴，经过这么多年，所有的会员都认可了这一点。而且今天来的会员，我也有留意到很多就是当时不能够接受他这个观点的人。当 当昨天这2天很多会员知道他不幸离开的时候，这些会员包括之前就是对他这个执着这个规定，会说，哎，你们球场这么严格，这么多要求的人都跑来我面前，跟我一个很热烈的拥抱，然后跟我说 ，Linda 一定要坚持下去，我们觉得总经理是对的。希望你们能够把这个好的理念、好的国际管理的理念，包括对所有人的尊重，一定要坚持下去。我跟他们说，你们放心，总经理的 DNA 都在，然后我们一定会把这球场建设得更好。然后昨天还有个会员跟我说，因为他经常 slow pay， 他今天也应该在。他说他经常 slow pay， 然后呢，他说总经理是每次都会坐在出发台，然后就看着他 slow pay 回来，笑眯眯的看着他，然后就跟他说，哎 ，slow pay 哦。然后第一次他觉得无所谓，第2次、第3次，他每次从18洞打回来的时候，他都发现总经理就坐在那个出发台那里等他，然后他说他再也不 slow pay 了，然后他昨天特别跟我提起一件事，然后我也跟大家分享。今天分享一些开心的事情。今天在球会大堂的时候，大家不知道有没有闻到一个很特别的味道，其实是圣诞的味道。其实是总经理去年的时候，因为他在中国，他说很少闻到一种很特别的味道。他在他的家乡，其实每次都是有一种很特别的圣诞的味道，包括了桂皮，包括了还有很多各种各样的一些东西、一些材料，然后包的一锅。你们如果到球会，其实可以看到我们在球会的一个大堂的一个角落里头，会有一包，真的就是拿中国的铁锅包的东西。实际上这里头全部是总经理买的原材料，他在网上在国外买回来的。然后一到 Christmas 的时候，他就会教我们的厨房，然后他自己亲自去下这些原材料，然后包了之后，你空气中就会有这个味道，就是这个 smelling， 非常非常的好闻。其实今天小龙师傅也特地在这边包了这个很特别的味道。其实他是很希望能够给会员一种感觉，就是 Christmas 的那种感觉。Keith 给我们做了很多东西，其实他真的给我们带来很多乐趣。除了 Christmas 的味道，然后我们每个月会做，像我们做苏格兰的活动。然后他是一个非常有创意的人，会让我们会员的活动里头有很多很 special 的东西。像苏格兰的活动，大家可能看到照片，但是大家都不知道，其实苏格兰的活动里头，他穿的那个裙子，实际上是我们的桌布，是我们就是我们那个 Scotland 寄过来的那个桌布。然后因为他太大了，然后他很想让会员开心，所以那天他是围着一个桌布，然后就走到出发台跟大家致辞的。当时我们看了，其实是他会给我们带来很多开心、很快乐的一个感觉，然后会员都很喜欢他。然后我们做过法国的活动。法国的活动其实大家知道吗？法国的活动里头的，我跟会员说，所有的每一道菜都是他去设计的。然后，而且是他亲自教我们的厨房去做的，那个叫法国 Country Cup 的 style 的 menu， 然后就非常的特别，其实你在中国是尝不到的。然后他会请我们去他家，其实我们这里很多同事都会去到他家，他会做芝加哥的披萨给我们吃。然后刚才大家看到一开始的视频放的就是他做的一个芝加哥披萨，然后他说啊 ，That is 芝加哥披萨。然后大家都很 enjoy 跟他一起度过这么多很快乐的时光，我也希望能够跟大家去分享。Mr. Hardman 给我最深的一个印象是，他非常非常的热爱做慈善捐赠。就像今天，其实 Stephanie 之前我有问过，我们很多同事，我收到很多的电话，就说要捐花给他。然后 Stephanie 第一句就问我，他说啊，这些鲜花如果今天放在这里了之后，你们会怎么处理呢？我说我想不到，我说可能放在他办公室吧。 后来 Stanford 跟你说，如果在美国的话，所有的鲜花会送到孤儿院，会送到老人院，让他们继续感受到这种美丽，而不是可能1个小时之后就会那个什么。然后他提醒我，他说其实，我也知道 Mr. Hardman 是很喜欢做慈善，包括这几年来，我们跟红十字会医院合作，然后我们跟惠灵合作，我们跟联合国儿童基金会合作。每年春节的时候，其实我们会员都知道，他有一个专门的 PK， 他平常从来都不去打球，但是到春节那一天，他就会站在我们的19号的那个发球台上面，然后他就会拿100块钱出来，让所有的会员跟他 PK。然后当然他经常是输的，因为他太专注于工作，很少去练球，然后他就会把钱捐献出来给到我们的那个慈善机构。然后我们公司也有捐过钱给慈善机构，但是对于他来说，他说钱只是一部分，但最重要的就是他会坚持去探访，像他会带领我们坚持去探访红十字会医院学校，他觉得献爱心能够让孩子觉得关怀是他最值得的。包括我们在这里做惠灵儿童机构，其实是一些智障人士。其实很多人见到智障人士会很害怕，但是每次 Mr. Hardman 见到他们的时候，都会跟平常人一样，给他们一个很热烈的拥抱。他还跟我提过，他说附近有没有孤儿院？其实让孤儿去学高尔夫的话，其实是会让他们觉得一种家庭的温暖，因为他们实际上是没有父母，他比其他人更愿意去给孤儿提供机会去让他们学习高尔夫，这也是他之前一直跟我提到的。所以我觉得他后来，他女儿跟我说，大家对他的爱心可以变成一种捐献，200块钱也好，300块钱也好，献给我们这样的一些机构。所以今天我知道很多朋友没有带鲜花来，但是我知道，因为我们已经之前说了，很多东西都是可以表达一份心意，不只是让这个爱的东西可以继续延续下去。我想在这6年来，很多人都跟我一样，其实在他身上学习了很多很宝贵的东西。我也收到来自四面八方的电话，包括我们的政府的领导，包括我们的同事，包括他以前的朋友。我在想，一个外国人如果来到中国，为什么能够得到这么多的一个尊重？其实他是非常包容所有文化的，他参与了很多我们中国一些文化习俗的东西。他会跟我们设计龙舟赛，我知道今天也有个会员来了，邀请过去，他看过他的龙舟赛，谢谢。他赞助的龙舟赛，他也很喜欢过去。然后包括我们的每年的欧巡，他都会很支持这些欧洲的选手去看我们的中国特色文化的东西。他愿意把中国的东西文化好的东西去传播出去。然后包括他支持我们的青少年队。我们今年的主题是 Love Life Love Golf。他说，韩国很多女士打球，中国也应该让更多的女士去打球，然后去推动这个高尔夫。所以行业里头，我觉得行业里头的人很多，也马上就有很多媒体的报道对他的一些称赞。我觉得他对这个行业不单只是对我们球会，对整个中国高尔夫的事业也做出了很多的一些贡献。包括我们的青少年队，他不是说随便做一个青少年队，他真的花了很多心思。我们之前至少是半年的时间去筹备，非常的细心去筹备，去做这个整个的一个青少年队。所以 Mr. Hardman 在给我们学习的东西确实很多，他很用心，很细致，然后很敬业，然后给我们带来很多快乐的生活，很多很好的印象。我想在今天，包括在往后的日子，如果说对 Mr. Hardman 最好的一个纪念的话，我会多分享他的故事，然后多分享他的一些理念，然后也谢谢我们公司的领导，谢谢在座所有的朋友同事一直以来对 Mr. Hardman 的支持，还有我们的会员，特别感谢你们，让他可以在这里很开心的工作。我觉得离不开你们同行所有人的一个支持，谢谢大家。我相信 Mr. Hardman 永远留在我们心中，谢谢。
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Linda. I would like to invite Rick Carter to come up here to share his story with us.
Stephanie, you said you had one brother and 2 sisters. No, look what you have here. Now, I'm the crazy uncle, and I'm okay. And the young lady beside you, that is the youngest sister that you did not know you had. And she has been a wonderful sister. She has been a wonderful daughter to your father. We're here to celebrate. We're here to cry. That's okay. Those of you that know me know I have a lot of passion, sometimes too much. I do want to share a story how I got here. I had met Keith twice. My contract was done. I was headed back to the United States. I sent him an email. Keith, do you know of anything? Very next day, send your resume, CV for you English-speaking people. Within a matter of about 3 days, interviews meant Mr. Jong, final interview. I'm here because he cared. Even though we only knew each other a very little bit, I'm here. So thank you, Keith. Life is not about your first breath. It is not about your last breath. It's about all of the breaths in between and what you do with them and how you spend them. Even though Keith was young, he got everything out of every single breath. We all should try to follow him. Give everything, get everything out of each and every breath that you take. Make a difference in someone else's life, like he did. He came up with the little tag, love life, love golf. Okay, I guarantee you, Keith did 3 things every day. Well, maybe 4, because he did eat.
然后加上吃的话，可能是4样。
He loved. He lived big.
太
And he laughed. He laughed at himself. I still remember, God forbid, the Scottish theme. He put a tablecloth around him as his kilt. We will spare you all the photos. I have nightmares still. So please, live your life to the fullest. Let's be like Keith. Keith had big feet. Now, none of us will ever fill these shoes, but he had huge feet. You know the best thing about having huge feet? You leave huge footprints. His footprints are here. His footprints are with his family. His footprints are back in the States, Indonesia, Japan, Korea. And I will share you what his footprints are here. Most of you know. Opening a golf club in a culture that you're not familiar with. Even opening a golf club in a culture that you are familiar with is not very easy. And today, as I speak, this golf club is one of the top golf clubs in China, largely due to him, the Foshan Open. I started here June 1st, 2013, and I was told we're having a Foshan Open in October. And I said, no way. And we did. And now, the European Tour Challenge Tour considers the Foshan Open the finest Challenge Tour event that they have, largely due to his leadership. The charity work, Red Cross School, Wailing School. He believes in giving back to the community in which you live in. Because what each and every one of you know, any time that you give something, what you give, you get back much more. And finally, our junior golf team and junior golf in China. With that, we've opened up our doors to the local professionals. Some of them are here today, largely because of the generosity of Keith, New World, and Foshan Golf Club. With that, golf in China has a bright future. And Keith is a big part of that. So, find your footprints. Follow those footprints. Make this as a song. It's a wonderful world. We all, if we do that, we follow that, we will make this world much more wonderful. We're all different. You're my family. Now, one final thing. Yes, Keith was my boss, but he was my friend. And I'm not afraid to tell him, Wa I Ni. Don't ever be afraid to tell people that you care, that you love them. And Keith, I hope I see you sometime in the future. Share the love that he brought to us. He was our Papa Bear. So please, thank you all for coming, sharing the love, share your stories with each other.
Today, we're here to share a lot of good story about Mr. Keith Hardman. And thank you for your coming. 谢谢大家今天来。Thank you.